Hello, welcome. So in this particular session, we'll be talking about how will you going to open and how will you going to close a file, right? In this particular, we're going to see on in aspect to theory part, and then in the subsequent session, I will be showing you how actually we can open a file by doing a particular program itself. Okay. So last class we talked about file, so you understood what file is, what are the different operation that we have, what are the different type of file is there, and we have seen how to declare a file. So if you want to declare a file, and we have to write file in the capital with having a and defined as a file pointer, right? Star fp, and fp is nothing but will be the file pointer which will pointing to the first character of the file if that file particular exists itself. And we have seen there are different type of file functions also, like fopen, fclose, right? And today we'll be seeing how we can open a file using fopen, and then how we're going to close a file using fclose itself. Okay, so in order to open a file, we have that function fopen, right? And it will create a new file or open an existing file depending upon what kind of mode that we want to open it, right? So fopen will be going to help us is to open an existing file or new create a file, and it returns the address of the first character of a file if it is found, and null if the file is not found. That is what I was saying, right? So as we are writing file in capital, then star fp, the fp will be pointing to the first character. Yes. So how fp will be pointing, right? It has to be associated with somebody, and it will be associated with an fopen. So if I write fp equal to fopen, then fopen will be returning nothing the address of the first character. Now if it returns the address of the first character, then fp will be assigned with the first character, and that means fp will be pointing to the first character of the file. And suppose file is not found, then fopen will simply return null, and fp will be null itself. Okay. Now you have to close the file, yes, and that we can do using fclose, and return 0 on success, or e or f if there is an if there is an error. If there is an error in this particular, so it will talk about UF, and if it is successfully it is closed, then we have return you will be returning 0. So we have two functions, fopen and fclose. Now we're going to see the type of arguments that we will be using in order to fopen. So fopen syntax is like this. So okay, we don't have to write this particular because I'm mentioning this. So let me do little bit of change itself. Okay. So here itself I will do. So maybe I will declare like this. So that will be better. So I will write f, okay, is equal to uh, yes, fp itself. Okay. And here I will write fp equal to, oh, sorry. Okay. So here I will write fp equal to fopen. Okay. Yes. So already we see that we declare a particular, so semicolon will be there. Okay. So semicolon will be there. So I declare a file pointer fp, yes, and then I use this particular function itself. So fopen, then constant star daughter's file name. These are the two arguments. So we have to give the file name, and we have to talk about what kind of uh, uh, whether we want to read the file, whether we have to write a file, whether append the file. So this particular mode we have to talk. Okay. So fp here is a file pointer. So fp is nothing but a file pointer, and file name is the name of the file. So file name is the name of the file. So if I write rupesh.txt, that is the name of the file to be open. And what type of mode means the purpose of opening the file, whether you are talking about writing a file, whether you are reading a file, we are all we are doing some kind of opening, appending a file. So mode are of different types. So there are different type of modes that we have whenever you open a function. So let us see this for a text file. So we have this mode as R, which is used to in order to open a file in the read mode. W, all we have to do is for the write mode. A, or the append mode. R plus, open the file in both read and write mode. Okay, A plus opens the file in both read and write mode. That is appending we are talking. W plus also both read and write mode. Okay, so this so we give the name of the file, and please understand if I write rupees.txt also, but we need to give the part of the file itself. Okay, so whether it is stored in C drive, D drive, and all these things. So we're going to see that in example also. Not only you have to understand here the mode is RWA R plus, A plus, W plus for a text file. The R means read, W means you have to create it, and A means we need to open it, right? Okay. Yes, and if you write plus plus means both we can do. Yes. So in a binary file, you have to mention that B, right? RB for opening, WB for creating a text file. AB is for appending, AB plus. Now AB plus will help us. Okay, sorry, RB plus. RB plus open both in read and write modes. AB plus will open in both, read and write mode. W plus also both in the read and write mode itself. Okay. So this is what exactly we talk about, opening F open and F close. Now, what will be the argument for F close that we have mapped? Simply, if you want to close the particular file, F close. So I will just add it up here, F close. Okay. So F close function, right? Yes. Okay. So closing a file. Okay. F close. So syntax is simple, okay, right? So we will have, f close, and we have to give the file pointer. So our file pointer is fp, right? So this is how we need to close the particular file itself. So yes, so this is how we close the file. Okay. Yes, so if you want to close the file, so f close the function and you have to pass the parameter nothing but the file pointer. So this file pointer is pointing to whom? Pointing to that particular file, and then after that file will be closed. Okay. So having said this, so what we have seen here itself is that we have seen like the two main function of file opening and closing is f open and f close. So f open will always create a new file, okay, or it can open an existing file and will going to return the address of the first character if it is found, and otherwise if it is not found it will going to give you null. Similarly, f close also it will close you already, which has all the file which has been opened. Okay, so it is also zero and success. Okay, it returns zero on success and end of file if something is error in that particular file itself. Then we saw the syntax. Okay, if you rightly f open, so we have to give the what do you say, you have to give the name, what do you say, the file name which you want to open it, and the mode on which, whether we are to in a read mode or the write mode or append mode, that also we need to mention it. So f open, okay, having two arguments, the file name and the mode at which we need to open. And as we have discussed in the previous class also, so we said file, okay, fp is nothing but a file pointer which is pointing to the first character of the file itself. Okay, and then we have seen the mode for both the text file and the binary file. So we have r, w, a, r plus, a plus, and w plus. Okay, so r for opening in the read mode, w for in the write mode, a for the open mode. And if you put a plus sign itself, then we say that we are opening for both read and write. Similarly, if you want to do a binary also, just remember read and write, in a alphabetical, if you write read, so red, right? So r is the letter, right? Write, writ, w is the letter, so you can remember very easily. So r, w, a, and just mention the binary by b itself, b, b, p, right? And then again for the both read and write itself, we can easily use rb plus, ab plus, and w plus itself. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is the file itself, right? And also how to open and close a particular file. Okay, thank you so much.